Well, listen, it is 10 o'clock right now. So I would think with the blessing of Xavier, we're going to go ahead and be punctual with start time now at 10.
Go ahead, Mara. Start reading the top and the.
Oh. Wait, I didn't. I moved too quickly. I said mute all and it was done.
No, that's okay. No, Mara, go ahead and take over. And obviously go ahead with the top producer, guys. These top producers are for the end of last week. We had a phenomenal end of month. I'm talking about, I seen people grinding. I was shoulder to shoulder with some of these individuals. I was on phone calls back to back, not only with the team, but also with Alfred, just making big things happen. Very, very proud of Team Relentless. Man, I have to say, this is exactly what we stand for. And man, some major promotions, and not just promotions, but so many new people that came into the team. We had over 600 brand new agents that joined Team Relentless. So round of applause to you guys for making that happen. And again, man, just seeing so many people level up from field trainers to senior field trainers, sales director, senior regional sales directors, executive sales director, vice presidents, and even a regional vice president. And besides that, man, just seeing these level ones popping out of nowhere, and some individuals that even not only hit level 1, 2, 3, 4, but level 5 on the actual level up challenge. So very, very excited, man. I have to say, you're at the right place at the right time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it back to our host, Myra. Go ahead and do what you do. And again, thank you for every single week just being consistent, making yourself available even when you're traveling. So welcome back to you and the family. Let's get it.
Thank you. Wow, what an amazing start for the night, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Xavier, I appreciate you. I'm going to be the mouthpiece for the whole team and just say thank you so much. May God continue to bless you and every step you take forward, because you brought us all along with you, the founder and reason, and the force behind Relentless, that we are all here connected tonight as a family. So again, thank you so much. I just love that opening that you had. We appreciate you so much for all that you do day in and day out. And team, a huge, huge shout out to all of you for winning majorly this entire 5-week volume month. I'm telling you, I know records were broken. There were promotions across the board. It was nonstop. And no lie, I was gone for a week. I literally felt like I was gone for a year with all of the success. So give yourselves a huge salute in the chat. Just celebrate it, light it up, shout out. And again, a huge congratulations across the board to everyone. Listen, if you ever had any question about being at the right place in the right time, doing the right thing, folks, you can't deny it at this point. It's just been insane. But let's get right into it. Of course, we want to honor your time, respect each one of you for logging in. Again, welcome to anyone that might be new. We do this each and every Tuesday night. Team Relentless, our training. We get plugged in with those that are winning so we can go ahead and learn the tricks of the trade, right? Cut our learning curve tremendously. But we start out as well by celebrating those that are just topping the charts, killing it, coming into the game, not only sharing this information and knowledge and wealth and financial literacy, but also welcoming others to join us along this journey of improvement, growth, and achievement. So starting off with our first top 10 list, this is across Team Relentless. Underneath, of course, our direction by Senior Vice President, Mr. Xavier Marrero. So this is each and every single state, right? All over. We're plugged in from all over. Shouting out the number one top seller for client enrollments for this past month, Zandra Vajes. Congratulations to you with 58 sales. Like, I know I don't always share the numbers, but that's huge. So I just got to kind of put that out there, right? Because that's not average. That's not regular. That just doesn't happen. That's based on her efforts, dedication, passion. Congratulations, boss lady. Salute to you. Moving right along to boss lady VG Quinones with 36 enrollments. Man, I'm going to have to ask these ladies for a loan, right? Followed by boss lady Natalie Rodriguez with 34. Boss ladies are showing out for Team Relentless. Boss man Bruno Floridor. Next, Damario Banner. Shout out to you. Saley, aka Gigi Alvarez, Anthony Kelly, Reisa Ortero, Astrid Elena Felix Leiva, and Omaira Rosado. So again, I know everybody's muted, but go ahead, shout them out in the chat, celebrate it, clap, right? It's a big deal. We want to see you continue winning and just grow on this journey to achieve all that you've set your heart out to achieve, right? So moving right along, our next top 10 list is going to be top personal sales production throughout the entire Team Relentless nationwide, right? First spot held by none other than boss lady Zandra Vajes. Next, Reisa Ortero, Bruno Floridor, VG Quinones, Dr. Arnold Bogerty, Natalie Rodriguez, Anthony Winters, Anthony Kelly, Damario Banner, and Astrid Elena Felix Leiva. So I always be feeling like that's 2 or 3 people, but I know how Latinos be. It's okay. Love you for all of that amazing, amazing accomplishment. Now, moving to our last and final list, top recruiters. So these are agents that are growing the family and definitely extending out to others the vision of what's possible just by daring to do, just like all of you that are here tonight, right? You dare to do, you dare to take that step forward, winning big, growing our family again. Number 1 spot held by boss man, Vice President Bruno Floridor with 20 new agent enrollments. Next, boss lady Natalie Rodriguez with 16, followed by Zandra Valles, 16 as well, right? Tied. Next, Reisa Ortero, boss lady, 13 enrollments. Moving right along, Dr. Arnold Bogerty, boss lady VG Quinones, Malcolm McLeod, Jacqueline Verdon, Brittany Holmes, and Deja Hernandez. And shout out to you too. Congratulations on your promotion as well. So many individuals actually listed there have been promoted for this month. So that's just a major, major accomplishment across the board, winning, not only with those top 10 lists, right? But every single day as they run this business, conduct this business, and help to share the vision with others that come on board. So we're going to start off with, I believe, some team announcements. I'm going to go into the introduction to this very next individual, someone you want to pay attention to, someone you can definitely learn from, someone that I've learned a great deal from, and initially really just credit him for a good deal of my even accomplishments. From hitting sales director was like my goal that one particular Saturday, and his goal was, I think, executive sales director or something like that. Point was that he's someone that's poured into me, a great mentor, phenomenal leader across the board, leader's leader, contributing on a very high end, super professional when it comes to this. He's taken it very seriously. He had success prior to this business, but when he came into this, it was a perfect fit. He's a father, he's a husband, he served this country, giving up and being willing to risk even his life on the line in special forces. That just speaks volume to where his heart is in the level of service and dedication to others. But we get to have him here on our team, schooling us. So again, please pay a great deal of attention to this gentleman to follow. He's my friend, a mentor of mine. And again, leader across the board, Vice President, Dr. Arnold Bogerty. Can you hear me?
I can. Mark, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Great. Listen, guys, hey, I appreciate that that introduction. Myra, you always do a phenomenal job. You're selfless. And before I go on, there's a young man I want to go ahead and bring on. And as a matter of fact, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch it over to David, because I want David to bring this young man on. I remember talking to this young man when he first got started again, and he gave me a call and he was like, "Hey, Dr. Bogerty, I'm starting to get back into this thing." And now he just got promoted to regional sales director. And, you know, we're both so proud of him. But David, go ahead and hop on and introduce this young man. Let him go ahead and share a story.
Absolutely. Well, what up, Relentless? Man, we had a phenomenal week. I seen everybody crushing the charts. Salute to you guys. One in particular person that stood out to me, obviously because of his background, and I'm going to let him share his testimony. But this gentleman, I remember his belief level wasn't really quite there. And I remember he got started. I'm going to let him say it, but he was able in a short period of time to come in and recently just got promoted to regional sales director, right? Which means his business is producing over 25,000 every single 30 days in business, all the way up to 49,000, right? So without further ado, I want to bring out our newly promoted regional sales director, Jeremy Rogers from Tennessee. Are you there, Jeremy?
David, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, what's up, Team Relentless? Hey, just want to give it back to you, David. Oh man, it's been an incredible journny, man. Just to see your transformation as well. To see when I first met you, it was back, you know, in our other company, the first company that both of us were a part of, and to be able to see just the sort of growth and just transformation you've been able to have has just been awesome, man. I've been able to witness it, and it's just been great. And just to see the promotions from Team Relentless, man, drop some flames in the chat for that, man. I mean, we're just been absolutely killing it. And man, I mean, our name speaks for itself, right? Team Relentless. You know, you have to be relentless in order to achieve the levels of success that you want to achieve, right? So a little bit about myself. I'm actually 27. I'm actually originally from Florida. I currently live in the Nashville, Tennessee area. My background actually is in banking, right? So I being in banking, you notice that a lot of people, right, struggle with credit. People come in all the time and say, I'm trying to get a loan or trying to get a mortgage, but they can't get approved due to their credit. So for me personally, I had some issues with my credit, so that I needed to fix. And so when David actually introduced this to me back in 2018, I originally came on board mainly just to be a customer. I did sign up to be an agent, but I didn't really take the business that seriously, right? And I say that because there's a lot of people that get started, but they don't really get started. They just enroll, right? They don't really actually do anything, right? And for me, I just know personally the reason why I didn't really take it seriously was just because my mindset and my belief wasn't at the level that it needed to be. And so a lot of you that are new may be saying, well, your mindset or your belief may not be there yet either. But the way you do that is by getting plugged into these trainings and, pouring into like the personal development and stuff like that you can tap into, and hearing the testimonies too as well. And just there's so many people in this company that come from all different backgrounds, and yet we all have the same goal in mind of making an impact and creating, financial freedom, not only for ourselves, but for other people as well. And so I just think that's so huge. And I just think also too, one big thing I want to mention is that you just got to be consistent, right? So when I got started back in 2018, I wasn't really consistent. I just kind of tried it, and I was just like, I just gave it like a shot for like a month or two, and I didn't really see any results, and I quit. So then fast forward to about 4 months ago in December, I hit up David and I was like, hey man, like, are you still doing that credit thing? And he was like, yeah, man, absolutely. And he, I got on the phone with him, and he was talking to me about how much he's grown throughout the company. I mean, when he first got started and introduced it to me, he was like just getting started. He was like a sales director. I mean, I really didn't know the potential of really what FES could do, really, because I was new, he was new. We didn't know what we didn't know. But now, being able to see his transformation and Xavier's as well, and Arnold, it's just seeing so many people win. It motivates you. I mean, how can it not? And so you have to be plugged in to people that have what you want, right? So my biggest advice would be to just, if you're new, find a mentor or somebody or a leader and just pour into them and develop a game plan too. And just be really like consistent on, okay, even when you don't feel like doing it, just post. I mean, even just have people post for you. Like, you just never know who you're going to meet. I mean, a perfect example is like, I had some random girl, I don't even know her, do a shout out post for me. I even paid her to do it. And then I ended up getting connected with a guy named Lewis. Shout out to Lewis. He got promoted twice in the volume month. He went from an agent to a senior field trainer. And I didn't know Lewis before like a month or two ago. So that just goes to show you, like, you just don't know who you're going to meet in this business. And that's what I love about this business. It's just, you don't know who's going to take it seriously. And you just have to just keep sorting and just keep showing the deal, And eventually, you're going to attract enough, right leaders, enough people, and help turn them into leaders. And so I just want to definitely thank David for all his support and mentorship, and man, just glad to be a part of Team Relentless for sure.
Awesome, brother. So last question real quick. What did you do on the last day? I know that you were, we were a little bit off, and you said you stayed at home. Then you sent me a picture of your business card up on like the doors of where I guess you lived, right? So go a little bit about that.
So I woke up early Saturday because obviously, that was basically Saturday was the deadline, right? Saturday at midnight, so I was about like 4,000 or 5,000 short on volume. And so I was just hitting up everybody on my friends list. I mean, I think I probably messaged like 80 to 100 people, and 90% of them left me on red. And I was just sending the same thing over and over again, just being like, I'm just, I felt like I was just fishing, just waiting for somebody to bite, and then I got desperate. I was like, man, I need to make this happen. I didn't want to let David down. I didn't want to let the other people on my team down. I was like, man, I gotta do something. So I just started going around my neighborhood. I just moved into an apartment complex with my girl, and I just started putting my business card on random people's doors, like just walking around the neighborhood, just putting it on their doors, and not even knocking, just leaving it by like the door handle. So there's no way they could miss it. I mean, they might throw it in the trash, but it's funny because actually at like 11:50 at night, I actually got a text from a guy that got one of my business cards, and he's in the car sales industry. And he didn't sign up, but I got him on the phone and I got him excited and everything. And so he's an agent in the works, but at the last hour, I was able to actually get that last agent that I needed in order to hit that title. So man, it was close, but I got it done. And so I'm definitely thankful for, man, just being able to accomplish it. Sometimes, you feel like, man, do I really deserve this? Because, in your job, most of the time, you don't really get celebrated and recognized the way that you do here. And that's one thing that I love about this business and just our culture within Team Relentless is that we're so big on building people up and hearing the success stories and making sure that we share them with people to motivate people and inspire people to go out there and just create more success stories. So super thankful. And I'm excited to meet all you guys at convention in August.
Awesome, man. Well, look, congratulations from all of us again. And obviously you hit the title. So I guess we'll be seeing you a lot sooner because you are going to be flying down here to see us, because that was one of the things that we talked about. So X, hopefully you're hearing this, right? We flying Jeremy down to Tampa. So on that note, congratulations, my brother, and all your success, and can't wait to see you go ahead and shoot for that next title. And let's go, man, that VP run.
Yes,
on that
sir.
note,
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Dr. Bogerty, back to you, brother.
Hey, you know what I tell you, hearing those stories that Jeremy just went over, anybody that's been in our industry for a while remembers that grind, remembers that I'm almost there. And, that's just making things happen, not taking no for an answer. He could have just given up and said, hey, maybe I'll just get it on the next volume month. But he just did everything that he could in order to win. And that's what winners do. That's what leaders do. All right. That's what people do that really want to succeed. They just make it happen. Even when there's no way, they can't really see a path, they make a path. And that's what Jeremy did. So we definitely, you definitely deserved it. All right. And we know the future is bright. I remember that first phone call when you were getting started again. And I remember you gave me a call and we talked, and now to see where you are now. And it's another thing, guys, just because someone is out of the business or they are not working, or maybe they even quit, never give up on someone. Never give up. Our Pinnacle Senior Vice President talks about a Bruce Lee Rochester. He talks about an Amina Rashid. He talks about these people that are senior vice presidents now that went inactive, that even may have quit, but he didn't give up on them as a leader. And David didn't give up on Jeremy. Mm-hmm. And you see, Jeremy's coming back now. He's built that belief. But that just leads right into what we're going to talk about tonight. And something that's extremely, extremely important. All of us want a big business, right? If you want a big business, if you want that VP, if you want to hit that regional VP like Ms. VG Quinones just did, and that executive vice president, that senior vice president, go ahead and throw one in the chat if that's what you want. If that is the goal for you, go ahead and throw one in the chat. Now, what I want you guys to know is you can't do it by yourself. Now, you can maybe build yourself up to, senior field trainer and maybe even sales director. And it may be a little struggle getting the RSD by yourself, but you can do that. But once you start hitting these ranks, you need help. You need a team. Well, one of the most essential ingredients, all right, to having that team, to getting people to work is the onboarding process. You want to be able to bring your new agent on right. So what David and I are going to do, and David's going to go ahead and share his screen. But what David and I are going to do, we are going to go over the onboarding process. Now, this is going to be an onboarding for you newer agents, okay? So we want you to look at this in two different ways. We wanted you to look at this as an onboarding, but also an onboarding training for you to do with your new people. The reason why is, guys, you want to do this onboarding within 24 to 72 hours of a new agent coming on. The reason why you want to do that, because a confused mind does nothing. Meaning, when you bring on a new agent, okay, that is your baby. You know, imagine bringing a baby into the world. Shout out to Bruno, just had a brand new baby. I think Malcolm has one that's about to pop, or I think he just had a baby. It's like baby season going on right now. All right, but just imagine bringing on a new baby. That baby is helpless. Now, I'm not saying your new agent is helpless, but they're helpless in this business, especially if they have no experience. And so you want to make sure that you're enrolling them the right way. And this is that onboarding process. Now, this should be done face-to-face, all right? Now, if you can't get on a Zoom, which you all have Zoom, obviously we're on the Zoom right now. You want to do it in Zoom, or you want to do it belly to belly. And you want to have this conversation, because David does a great training in setting expectations. You want to know exactly what is that new agent's goal? What do they want? Not what you want for them, okay? What is it that they want? What is their goals? It was today, I just happened to be at our men's church group. And I love going there every Tuesday because I get a different perspective on things. And we talked about influence. And when you bring on a new agent, okay, you have that influence, but sometimes to get greater influence, you need to listen. When you bring on that new agent, okay, you want to show them exactly what it is that is expected of them, but also you want to listen to what is it that they want, their goals. And then you kind of tailor your onboarding to that, all right? And so David's going to go ahead and kind of take over, but with Eric Worre, we decided, a lot of us leaders, we decided to go ahead and invest in ourselves. That way we can invest in the team. And I found out that I wasn't even doing this correctly. And so if you're a leader on here right now, or if you're a person that has enrolled quite a few people and you haven't done this, don't worry about it. Okay. You did not fail your new agent, obviously, all the success that we're having. But I want you to take notes as well, because I've been in this industry now about 8 years, you know, made a lot of money, bought on a lot of people, but I even found out that I was doing this the wrong way. And when I started to do this the right way and started to bring my agents on the right way, now I can also see the duplication. And that's the key to building a big business, is duplication. Well, this is the first step to having that duplication, is bringing your agent on the right way. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to David, and he's going to start this thing off, and we're kind of going to tag team this thing. But guys, pay attention to the onboarding process, because it is extremely important. Okay. And then implement it in your business and watch your business explode. So David, I'm going to throw it over to you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Bogerty. So we're going to jump straight into this, guys, right? We're going to talk to and give you guys the tools, right? Think of it as a little toolbox that every network marketer should have when you enroll an agent, right? As soon as you enroll that agent, because here's the thing, majority of the people, if you don't get them enrolled in a short period of time, or get them an enrollment or a paycheck, they're 30 days from quitting. And so this onboarding kind of clears all that up. So if you've never been onboarded before, you make sure you take notes and answer the questions that are asked on here, so that you can get back with your mentor, upline, or leader and give them this feedback. But before I get into that, I want to make sure I let you guys know a little bit about me, right? I am an executive vice president, which is producing over $500,000 in business every 30 days, but that's not me. That's my entire team. See, without the team, I would just be David Marquez, no executive vice president. So titles mean nothing, okay? Remember that. Before the title, before the executive vice president, before the money and the time freedom, I was a serial entrepreneur. I owned many businesses. I owned a cell phone repair shop and a DJ business. And I went to school for marketing, right? I spent $50,000 in student loan debt, and I learned more about marketing through network marketing than I did in that student loan debt that I acquired. But I'm from Tampa, Florida. For those that don't know, all of you new agents on here, I reside in Land O'Lakes, Florida, and I have a beautiful wife and 3 amazing kids. As I mentioned before, I was a DJ for 13 years, and I know it seems great. You know, it's fun. As actually, you can see me holding the blue record there with our newly promoted sales director, Gigi. And so it was great. You know, I got to have fun, you know, a lot of stuff. But the main thing that crushed me was I never got to spend time with my family. And we all know kids spell love like this. I say it all the time, and I know they quote me, but kids spell love like this, Time. And see, I never had this, guys. I was always DJing at night and on the weekends. My kids were at, the only time they were off of school was at night and on the weekends. So I got to actually spend time with them, but it was through this amazing concept that I was able to do it. And before that, I thought being a business owner was the way to go. So I owned a cell phone repair shop. I took the money that I got from DJing to invest in this cell phone repair shop. And that took a lot of my day. And I know Miss Natalie Rodriguez could tell you, when you own a brick and mortar, you own a shop, you don't really own it. The business owns you. And so I know for a fact, I was paying like another rent. I was there day in and day out, and I was DJing at night. And so I tell everybody, it ain't brick and mortar no more. In this day and age, everything is click in order, right? And so I was looking for something besides the DJing and the time freedom. My finances weren't good. And that's what led me to FES, right? Because I was looking to get out of this rut. You can see the house that I was living in. We had water damage coming in. Me and my wife were fighting because I was DJing at night. And even that back room back there where my daughter was, when my wife was giving birth to our youngest, Victoria, that it was infested with termite damage that we had to get somebody to come and replace it. So it was really that focused, that led me to this. And Dr. Bogerty says it all the time. You never know when God sends you a blessing. See, I was working at a call center, DJing, owning the cell phone repair shop, and just didn't have time for my kids. But it was the credit that I needed that led me into FES. You see, I started FES in March 2018. I got denied because of a child support judgment with my wife, 6 days left of closing. And then that's when I decided to reach out to Xavier, and he sat with me and showed me this platform. I told him I wasn't interested in the business because I wanted to go ahead and just fix my credit. I didn't have time for anything else. But when he showed me, and this is what I'm going to tell you about onboarding, which is crucial, is that when you can leverage and create duplication, you create time freedom. You see, in that right top corner, that's our pastor who married us. But if you look at the other pictures, within 4 months, we got approved. We were looking for houses, and we officially closed on our home September 28, 2018. We became homeowners, right? Because of UCES. But I felt we were doing God's work. I didn't keep it for myself. I started teaching others. It actually broke me out of my shell. I really wasn't comfortable public speaking. And so now the transformation occurred, right? I went from, being this DJ who was like barely getting paid, fighting with his wife, having issues, couldn't get into a home, to hitting executive vice president through this. And so how did it all happen? Well, what I'm going to teach you today, it's how you onboard. It's how you get started. It's setting up the expectations. And so take notes, guys. That was my introduction. That was me telling you where I came from. Because unfortunately, a lot of people think that we've always had these Benzes. We always had, the time freedom. No, we didn't. It was literally learning the industry that we're in, right? And so how do you get somebody started properly, right? The getting started portion. Now, there's two types of people that are watching. Those that have been onboarded, you want to take notes and remember this so that you can onboard like Dr. Bogerty said. And then you have those that haven't been onboarded that want to go ahead and apply this and start writing down your answers to the questions I asked. But the whole thing is the duplication starting point. This is what led to the success. This is how you can connect with your brand new distributor, right? And also get them over the line, which I'm going to explain to you. So it's easier for them to stay in than it is for them to quit. Because remember what I said, just because you enroll somebody, you might as well think in the back of your mind, they're 30 days from quitting if you don't do any of these things. So take them over the line, right? If you do absolutely nothing, it's easier for them to quit. That's why it's on the right. But if you get them, this is the easiest way to get somebody to stay, right? Get them a check. It doesn't matter if the check is $10, right? If it's $100, If you can get somebody a check, and the statistics prove in network marketing that anybody that receives a check, right, within the first week or two in business will stay on board. About 74% of the people will stay on board for 6 months or more, just from one check. Another way to get somebody to stay on board, support, right? Plugging them in. You know what we are doing right now. Friends, getting them with friends, right? You just heard Jeremy talk about the culture. Customers, getting them a customer. They can see that they believe in it, right? Or the product experience. You heard about my product experience, right? I got my house because of this. Recognition. You heard Jeremy again. He was not treated that way, in corporate America. A lot of us weren't. I remember they gave us hard hats on Fridays, and we had to return it back at the end of the week. We just got to keep the little hard hat on our desk. That was our recognition, right? And then distributors, events. Guys, we have a huge event coming up this weekend with Eric Worre that there's no excuse for nobody. You have kids, you can watch it all online, and it's free. Also, you want to proclaim it. You want to tell the world, right? Because if you don't tell the world, then they say to be successful, guys, there's 3 things you must do. Take action, tell the world, and figure it out. Personal growth, you heard Jeremy talk about that, the training, the fun, and the belief, right? But here's the thing I want to show you guys. If you took all of that and you flipped it around, right? And you ended up turning that, gravity would naturally pull everything to the right side where it's easier to quit. So you have to constantly do that. So how do we go about it? Well, this is what you want to do. Number 1, you want to congratulate them. So if no one has congratulated you yet, and you are the first, and this is your first training, congratulations. I want to be the first to congratulate you, right? You did make the best decision, right? You are the smart one. Those that waited, they can come on later, but you made the right choice, right? Part 2, we call this the crucial conversation, right? This is what I have with all of my agents now. I tell them this, and if you have new agents and you're ready to onboard them, take a screenshot. But I usually ask them, I say, look, my goal is to help you become independent from me as quickly as possible. Don't you agree? And get them to agree with you. They usually do agree with you on that. Because think about it. If something happens to me, how could you ever expect to grow your business if you rely or you're solely dependent on me, right? So get them to agree and then ask them, once they agree, how long do you want that process to take? It could be 3 months. It could be 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. Get an answer. And if you're new on here, write that answer down. How long do you want it to take for you not to rely on anybody? Right? And what you're basically doing is setting it up for you not to be the slave to somebody else. This creates duplication. Part 3, this is what we call the journey from dependence to independence. That's why you see those guys breaking away over there, right? That jumped out of the plane. So write this down. I will help you build your business. See, I think the biggest issue with network marketing and multi-level marketing with a lot of people is that a lot of people came in this thinking that, somebody promised, I will help you build your business. You don't got to do nothing. Just sign up and just sit there and that's it. We'll grow your business to, 7 figures. That's not true, guys. See, comma splices are real. If you add a period in one part of a sentence, it changes the whole meaning. So look what happens when I put in a period right here. Now it reads, and if you're writing it down, go ahead and put a period there. It says, I will help, but you build your business, right? And that's one of the first things I had to learn, in this industry. And so the next thing, there's 3 things every distributor needs to know or needs to be. That's willing, coachable, and hungry. See, I can't be willing. I can't do it for you if you're not willing to do it for yourself, right? I shouldn't have to want it more for you than you want it for yourself. And then coachable. This thing isn't going to work if you're not going to apply the things. That's what a system is. System stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. We wouldn't be going around, trying to teach you something and then, reinvent the wheel if we knew it didn't work. And then hungry, right? Only you determine that. So those are 3 things that you got to be. And then the number 1 tool, assignments, right? You first want to determine the level of assignments. with that agent. And if you are trying to figure out what type of assignment that you like to operate on, that's a question you're going to want to get back to your upline and leader and let them know, say, look, I'm a level, based off of this, I'm a level 5 assignment. And so I want to bring on Dr. Arnold Bogerty to kind of let you know a level 1 assignment all the way to a level 10 and level 5 assignment, so you guys can kind of understand it. So Dr. Bogerty, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. So guys, listen, assignments are the #1 tool, all right, that we use in order to build our business. So what does that mean? Okay, when a new agent comes on, you want to give them something to do immediately. All right, but you also don't want to overwhelm them. That's why we talk about listening. You always want to be a good listener when you're bringing on your brand new agent, because like I said, some people come on here or come into this business, guys, and they just want to make an extra $500 a month, an extra $1,000 a month. Okay, but then you have that go-getter, that shark, that person that maybe has a bit of business experience, okay, maybe been in network marketing before, okay, and they want to make, 10, 15,000. You just have to be able to listen. And the #1 way to do that is through assignments. And so when I bring on a new agent, okay, and this was taught to us by Eric, okay, who's doing the training on this Saturday. That's why we're talking about, hey, make sure you're on this training. Okay, he taught us, he said, hey, give assignments. So David was talking about a level 1 assignment through a level 10 assignment. Now, when you're talking about a level 1 assignment, okay, that is the lowest of the low. Now, not saying, hey, if the agent says they want a level 1 assignment, don't give it to them. But a level 1 assignment looks something like this. I go ahead and I enroll you. And then I say, hey, what assignment do you want? Now, a level 1 is, hey, we're going to talk to 10 people, all right, within the next 10 days. You're going to get me in front of one person a day. All right, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to build this thing up. And then you have a level 10 assignment. Okay, now a level 10 assignment is, hey, what you're going to do is you're going to make a names list of 250 people. And of that 250 people, we're going to contact them within the next 10 days. That is a level 10 assignment. And so you ask your agent, hey, do you want a level 1 assignment or a level 10 assignment or something in between? So then most people will say a level 5 assignment. All right. It's something about that number 5. All right. I get that 90% of the time now, number 5. And so what is a level 5 assignment? Well, hey, that's talking to 50 people. All right. So you make a list of 50 people. All right. And we're going to talk to those 50 people within the first 7 days. And then you kind of go in between that. And so what the goal is to give someone an assignment that they can handle, that they're actually going to do. Now, if a person says, hey, they want a level 10 assignment, well, we know in network marketing that some people are just bravado, meaning they want to impress you. And so they're going to say, hey, give me a level 10. So you give them that level 10. And the next thing you know, maybe they don't achieve that level 10. So what do? Do you call that agent and say, oh my God, you told me that you're going to do a level 10. You're going to introduce me to 250 people. No, you don't do that. All right. You just scale it back a little bit. So maybe that person that said they wanted that level 10. Now you go and you give them a level 6 assignment. Now, maybe they don't go and live up to that level 6. Then you go and you give them a level 3 assignment. You see, as a leader, we need to gauge where our person is at when they're coming in to this industry. We have a guy, his name is Marquez, does a great training about, and he uses a football analogy. He says some people come in at different yard lines. You have some people that come into this industry, or come into this business, and they're at the 5-yard line, ready to go in a touchdown, meaning they're good to go. They have the influence, okay? They have the credibility, all right? They have the contacts. And so those are your people that come in and they hit, vice president in a month, all right? Well, we can't gauge it on that. There's some people that come in at the 50-yard line. There's some people that's not even a damn stadium. They have no personal development. Okay. And so now you need to go ahead and move them along a little bit slower. And we do that through assignments. The key is when you give that assignment, you hold them accountable for the assignment, but you don't bash them if they don't reach that goal. All right. You just scale down the assignment and then move up gradually as we go through, guys. And so assignments are definitely the key to duplication and building this, because now they have a goal. They have something to do once they get off the phone with you. And that's how we use assignments.
Awesome. Thank you. And so assignments are key, as you heard Arnold say, and bringing it down. Very crucial. Part 4, moving along, guys. This really is what stuck out to me when I share with you my DJing, the call center, and cell phone repair shop, days. This was really what stuck out to me. So I want you to write these 4 things out. These are the 4 things that we do in network marketing, okay? So the first thing, number 1, we do is sell, right? Don't look at it. I know a lot of people that be like, oh, I hate sales. You don't realize it, but sales is one of the best skills you can acquire, right? If you ever look, there's a lot of great authors and writers out there. It's never, the best author. It's always what? The best selling author, right? And also remember, like, just like I sold my wife to say yes when I asked her to marry me, and my kids sell me all the time to keep the, the TV on after midnight, right? Sales is a good skill to acquire. So we sell, we recruit, right? And we duplicate and we lead. The first 2, I want you to draw a line, right? A horizontal line between recruit and duplicate. Because those first 2, selling and recruiting, those are just jobs, honestly. How many sales jobs are out there? If you know somebody or, had a sales job or currently have one, go ahead and put it in there. Maybe you did car sales. Maybe you did, phone sales. Maybe, as far as recruiting, Dr. Bogerty was in the military, was in the Army. My father was in the Army. My dad was a recruiter, right? They recruit people into the military. I know when I worked as an admissions rep for a college. We were recruiters. That's all it is. And I love what Bruce Lee Rochester said yesterday. He had a guy asked him the other day, he's like, I see you at the top sales report every single month. And he was like, yeah, I am proud. But then the guy said, you might be, number 1 there, but he's like, you're not the top earner. And that's when it stuck to me. It does not matter. You can be the top performer. You can be the top producer. You can be the top recruiter. But if you don't have the last 2, then all it is another job. And so think about that. Duplication. If you can teach your team and onboard them like this, you will create massive duplication. And there was a lady, and this is what Dr. Bogerty was saying. She actually came in making less than 100 grand a year into network marketing when she paid for this training and actually learned all 5 presentations, which this is just one of them, onboarding, right? And so after she duplicated it to her team, within a year, now she was the top producer, she was the number 1 presenter, but whenever she wasn't presenting, none of her team was doing anything. Because she created this duplication after this, she ended up making millions every year and bringing on top producers who were duplicating what she was doing. And so duplication and leading, right? Improving the productivity of your team are the key essential 2 of the 4. But remember that, guys, we do all 4, right? Part 5. Next, we have setting expectations. This is actually my favorite part because I love to tell people really how it goes down because no one told me when I started. In fact, I remember the first time I showed up to a network marketing event. It was another company that Jeremy was talking about, and everyone hyped up the $1 million ring earners, the 6-figure ring earners. And they were like, when they gave him the mic, they said, oh, I remember, I started and I didn't know anything, right? And in 15 days, I made, $100,000, right? And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. So they're saying they didn't know anything and they were able to build this massive success in this short period of time. Guys, don't judge your time on somebody else, right? It's not going to happen in 15 seconds, 15 minutes, or 15 days. Hell, 15 months. I remember when I first started, I didn't have the success in like 4 months. I thought something was wrong with me. So this setting expectations, when you give it to your new agent and you train them, you make sure that you spend about 2 to 3 minutes letting them know these main bullets, right? The 1, 3, 5, 7. There's going to be ups and downs, right? We call it the emotional roller coaster. You want to ask them the ghost question, the keys to success, and then the bargaining question. So what is the 1, 3, 5, 7, right? It's a formula that I've learned. I stuck with it. 1 means, within 1 year of doing this business, you should be competent, profitable. Your services should be free, and you should really treat it like school, right? I don't know if you guys are able to see, but behind me, I got books, right? That I got from school, college. I spent, literally like $300 a book for each semester. And if I wanted a discount, I had to buy them used, with the highlights in them and stuff like that. Now I was spending $200 and something, right, for these used books, but I was doing it. Think about how long it takes a doctor to go and get the degree, right? Or even if you're going to be in cosmetology, or if you're going to be a barber, you're going to school for 11 months, or you're going to get, licensed. So you're actually paying to go to school. You're not getting paid. It's different in network marketing, guys. While you're in school, not only are you taking advantage of the services or the products, but you're also getting paid. So you think of that first year as bonus money. See, I never got paid while I was in school. And I know a lot of people have it. Instead, you end up having to owe money. So remember that. Your first year, treat it like school. Number 3 years is typically how long it takes someone who's serious to be able to go from part-time to full-time. Now, I'm not saying you can have a really successful month, but to be able to pay your bills and to do it, you want to, give it that time frame. I remember me. I really didn't make it that much money in the other. I made a little bit, like $1,500 after a while, monthly, but that wasn't going to pay for my bills. So I stayed DJing. I still owned a cell phone repair shop, but I treated this like school. And then eventually, remember, it's like changing, it's like if you change from going from a community college to a state university, that's kind of what happened to me, right? Even though I transferred from another network marketing company to another one, I still had those credit hours, right? And so when you hear about people like Dr. Bogerty or myself coming in and him hitting it in 3 days or 6 days and me doing it in 30 days, you got to think we came from community college, right? We came from another. So you always got to remember that. All right. So about 3 years, then 5 years is typically how long it takes someone, who's serious to become a serious income earner, right? Making like 6 figures, right? And it all depends. It all depends on the amount of work and effort that you put in. Because if you've been in a network marketing company for 5 years, but this is your first time on a training, well, obviously you would have been kicked out of school, right? So the last one, 7 years. 7 years is typically how long it takes somebody that's serious in network marketing to be considered world-class. And these are your multiple 7-figure earners, right? And so it's really important that you guys grasp this 1-3-5-7 concept, because no one taught me that in the beginning. And just like school, we'll take it from school and we'll go to opening of business. Maybe you never went to school after high school, or maybe you didn't finish high school. If you ever thought about opening up a business, a typical traditional business is going to run you 30 grand or more, right? Mine was a little less because it was a self-employed business. You want to be a landscaper, you're still going to have to put up money, right? Most people don't get their return on investment back within the first 3 years. So already we're ahead of the game. We have lower risk, right? Because to get started within our company is less than $300. It's not $30,000, and you don't have to go to school for 8 to 10 years to make what a doctor makes, right? And so that's why I chose this profession. I just wanted to make sure that you understood the 1-3-5-7. Next,
hey, David,
yes.
Let me add something to that too.
Yeah, go ahead.
And the thing I want to add to that, guys, is I bought on an agent, and this is the learning experience, right? When you look at that 1-3-5-7, I want to just put that in perspective. I want everyone to think about what they were doing 7 years ago. Think about where you were 7 years ago. Now, if you're 19, all right, and just came on, all right, we're not talking to you, all right? But what I'm talking about is, you're, let's say 27 years old right now, 27 and above, and think about what you were doing 7 years ago. All right. Now, when you think about 7 years, now we're talking about world class. Now I want you to think about what our senior vice president, Xavier Marrero, was doing 3.5 years ago. 3.5 years ago. All right. I met him 3 years ago. Okay. He was just barely about to hit vice president, living with his mother. All right. And his son. Okay. And now you look 3 years later. Okay. Multiple 6-figure earner. And if you look at our income income disclosure, all right, a senior vice president makes almost $1 million a year. That was 3.5 years ago. And he's not world-class yet. That's not what we call world-class. So when you're looking at that 5 years, so if you guys go hard, learn, stay on the trainings, commit yourself, okay, be consistent, learn your craft. 3 years from now, okay, you're David Marquez, all right? Multiple six-figure earners. 3 years from now, you're Raisa Otero, multiple six-figure earners, creating multiple six-figure earners. Okay, and then you're an Alfred Nixon 7 years from now. Okay, that's what we're talking about, world class. You guys see what I mean? And so when you look at 1, 3, 5, 7, some people, all right, who has that negative mindset or that defeatist mindset, you might be saying, well, I don't want to wait 7 years. Think about what you're doing right now in your company, or if you're in the corporate world. 7 years from now, are you an Alfred Nixon? Are you a Nicola Smith Jackson? Okay, are you that multimillionaire because you stick with it, that 1, 3, 5, 7? So I wanted to put that in perspective. Okay, nobody on here right now is world class yet, but yet some of us are able to live almost world class lives. Okay, and we've only been in this thing 3 to 5 years. Wait till we get in this thing 7 years and 10 years. By that time, you're in this thing. If you're a brand new agent, you're in here 3 years. So now 3 years from now, you're the David Marquez. Okay, you're the Raisa Otero, you're the VG Quiones. Okay, you're the Bruno Floridor, who was just an animal, did it in like a year and a half. All right. And so I want you guys to really put that in perspective and know, if you commit yourself, if you stay consistent, you go through the fight, okay, go through the trial, go through the test, then here you are 3 years from now, and you're Xavier Marrero, who has 197 people on training right now. Think about that. That's your team. Imagine yourself there. And it will be so if you stick with it and believe in yourself. Back to you, David.
Awesome, brother. Thank you. And so ups and downs, guys, the emotional roller coaster, there's going to be ups and downs, right? You're going to get started in this business, and it may not have to do with the business. It could be stuff going on at home, right? How do you identify it? How do you identify when somebody's when they go through personal stuff, or even with the business, they're going to ghost you, right? And so when people ghost you, this is when you ask them the ghost question, right? And this is what I'm asking many of you new agents that are on board. If you get emotional, right? If you're, we call it the rejection rocket. If your mother, your brother, your wife, or somebody comes and, breaks your heart because they tell you it's a scam, you're going to jail or whatever, if you ghost me, how do you want me to handle that? Do you want me to follow up with you, right? And bring this up again? Or do you want me just to leave you alone? And so never quit on a down day, guys. It'll create regret forever. Can you imagine how many people quit FES after seeing so many promotions pop, and see how many people are now doing well? How many people are just wishing that they could actually come back and they can't? So success is going to take time. It's going to take work, growth, skill, focusing. You heard all of that. And personal development, mental. Everything is mindset. See, everything that VG Quinones will teach you right now is going to be phenomenal. It's going to teach you how to actually go in there and produce and generate leads. But if your mind isn't in the game, that doesn't matter, right? It's 90% mindset, 10% skill set. So this is the last thing we're going to discuss on the onboarding, and that's the entrepreneurial bargaining, right? In the beginning, you guys need to know this. You're basically going to be underpaid and feel overworked, but that's okay, because that's just a period of time. See, over time, you're going to be fairly paid like you are at work, right? But the best part is number 3. See, in the end, you will be overpaid without effort. See, there's reasons why Xavier Marrero, Raisa Otero, Rob, just all of the leaders, they can go on vacation for a week and still generate more income than somebody working 2-3 months at a job. Why is that? Because of number 1 and 2. So remember, in the beginning, you will be underpaid and it will feel like you've been overworked, but we're all striving to that number 3, guys. So just remember that. Learn how to think like an entrepreneur. There are no good or bad experiences, only learning experiences, right? I tell people it's important, man. When you have unshakable belief, you believe in the product, you believe in the company, the compensation plan, the team, network marketing, and yourself, then you're unshakable. See, it's like your legs are planted in the ground and nobody can move you. And how do you do that? How do you get plugged in? By attending, staying connected, doing what you're doing right now. Look, for all 200, there was 200 people. We have 6 that left, right? I applaud you guys, right? The reason why is you want to stay connected. Here's where you'll get all your questions answered, right? This is what I tell my new agents. You want to give them tools, social media groups, training videos. Take a screenshot of this. You guys should all be involved in this. This is the band is in the middle with Relentless. You want to download band. That's how you'll get all your information. If you look in the top left, you got to get your financial lit here. You know, you can, all of these Facebook groups, you guys want to be involved in. If you're not in them, get with your upline mentor leader, and they will make sure that you're in all of them, because that's how you stay connected. That's how you build your belief so that you too can start building a team and start onboarding. So on that note, guys, I'm pretty much done. That was my part. I just want to thank you guys. You guys have officially been onboarded, and hopefully all of the agents took great notes so that you can start onboarding your agents that way. And then let's get it, man. I'm excited to see what we have and how many promotions are going to pop this month. Thank you, guys.
David, thank you. And Arnold as well for phenomenal training. Wow, to have witnessed the growth and hear you break that down, you definitely cut the learning curve for so many people, because even having witnessed so much of when we all started to where we're at right now, and to see you guys grow, like I really got to recognize you, because you didn't speak that way when you first got started. But it's amazing because I've seen you've been vested in this. You really dived into it. You committed to your decision, you know, both for yourself and your amazing family. And, you know, we're gonna continue moving right along. Like he said, just shouting out everybody that's still sticking through this call and sticking through this training. Why? Because we're doing this for our personal growth, right? You have to take that ownership in this business. When you went ahead and got started, this is going to be what it takes, right? These are the times where you're able to learn and train, right? So class is in session, it's still in session. I'm going to try to not keep you up too much late, but light it up, throw some flames in the chat if you thought that information was powerful. I thought that was crazy powerful, right? So again, thank you, David. Thank you, Arnold. Now, we're going to go ahead and just hear from our senior vice president. His name has been dropped all night long. I mean, you have to know who this gentleman is already. He opened up for this evening. And if not for him and his decision, none of this wouldn't even be here. He didn't have any of these tools and resources available for him, ladies and gentlemen, when he started. But here he is, you know, just celebrating the growth within his team, this baby of his. And, you know, we all have extended to just be a huge family of success. So with no further delay, please give your attention to none other than our senior vice president, Mr. Xavier Marrero. He's generating $1 million in business volume every 30 days. And he does want to go ahead and properly salute and acknowledge some of those key players in the team winning big, definitely giving them a huge shout out and acknowledging and celebrating them for their success. Xavier, can you hear me?
Yes, Myra, thank you so much. And man, let's give it back to our Executive Vice President, David Marquez, and our Vice President, Dr. Arnold Bogerty. They just did an amazing training, very powerful, much needed information. Can we all agree? If you agree, go ahead and put a number 1 on that chat. I know we're taking a little longer, but guys, this is the information that's much needed to get to the next level. And even if you already at the next level, this is the information you need to get the people that are coming behind you to the next level as well. So again, David, thank you so much. Arnold, thank you so much for that training. I have to say, man, I was over here taking some notes. I have my camera off. I'm like, man, look, as a SVP, I'm over here still taking notes, still learning, right? Because again, it doesn't matter. You have to stay coachable. So again, guys, thank you so much for that training, for that information. But what I want to do real quick, guys, is I want to go ahead and just share my screen here very soon, because I want to give recognition to some individuals. And guys, please, if I left your picture out, don't feel any type of way. We have so many promotions. I could not keep up with all of them, right? Especially the field trainers. Guys, we had like 100-something field trainers. That's amazing. Round of applause for those individuals. Again, that is the milestone. That is the level where you want to be at when you first come into this business, because then it's a snowball effect. It just gets much better, much faster, much bigger. So again, congratulations to those individuals and the senior field trainers. We want to get those recognitions as well. Congratulations to every single field trainer and even actually the sales director. But let me go ahead and get myself out the way. I want to share my screen, right? And again, I'm getting better at these slides, and thanks to our regional vice president, Miss Reza Otero, she's been helping me with these, right? But here you goes, guys. Look, these are some of the sales directors. Again, if I missed you, I'm so sorry. But let's just give them a round of applause and recognition. We had more than 3, but these are the pictures that I was able to find. So big shout out to them. Stephanie Lopez under my mentorship. Then we have Crystal under Anthony Kelly's. And then we have Javier, which I believe is under Davis' mentorship. So again, congratulations to those individuals. And then we continue, because now look at this, guys. And if you look at it, these are some boss ladies, right? Some regional sales directors that are brand new to the team. So congratulations to these individuals. What that means is they're doing over 50,000 in business. I'm sorry, over 25,000, close to 50,000 in business. So shout out to them, but we don't stop there, because we got another boss lady in here, and it's some boss man as well. So congratulations to these individuals. And then check this out, man. This is the reason why I had to put this together. Look, Inez, man, I'm telling you, she came into this business just blazing. She didn't care. I'm talking about never stop, no excuses. I remember in December her situation, and one day you'll hear that story. I won't even get into it, but I know for a fact she had a big why, and she never ever gave any excuses to make it happen. Right now, we congratulate her as a vice president in the company. We already know she's going to be making 6 figures or more. And then also level 1. See, guys, this is what I respect about Team Relentless. When you look at it, and you look at some of these titles, and then you look where they're at on level 1 or in the R&R level, what that means is there is no handouts, right? She's under Miss Reza Otero's mentorship, but Miss Reza Otero didn't give her all this value, right? You can't hit level 1 and vice president at the same time if people are placing value under you. So shout out to her team. That is huge. Again, it's been in business for a short period of time. And then look at this one, Natalie, man. Congratulations, same thing. Newly vice president. And then on top of that, level 1 on the R&R, and also on the level up, hit level 5 already. So she got another 8K coming. And this weekend, which you guys can't miss, March 27th, she'll be one of the trainers as well. So huge shout out to this individual. Again, I remember when I first met her at a beach house, I knew off rip just with her energy, her vibe, her hustle, her mindset, she will be all the way to the top. I just didn't know that she will make it happen in this short period of time. So let's everybody give her a round of applause, right? Just be excited for her success and everything she's been able to do. And then look at this. Wow. Level 3, Reza Otero. This honestly, she knows I love her, but this does not surprise me. If you guys know her, if you guys go to her house or wherever she's at, this woman is just straight grinding out there, always hustling, working, educating herself, going out there, creating duplication. Man, I remember just this weekend, just being in that house and just seeing how they was grinding it out together just gave me even more energy, more motivation to continue to hustle, to continue to grind. Doesn't matter the title. It was just the energy there. And man, so many titles that she was able to create in that household. It was just amazing, right? So let's give her a big round of applause. Level 3, right? Welcome to the CLS family once you go pick up that brand new Benz. So again, huge congratulations to my sister, to the boss lady, to one of the top producers in the entire company. So again, congratulations to that. And then look at this, man. Let's go ahead and give Miss VG Quinones a big round of applause. Regional vice president, guys, that's $250,000 in business. Only 27 years old, guys. The same thing, man. There was no handouts. There was no just a ton of value that was just placed under her. I remember Saturday night, and this is what we talk about, just like Jeremy, right? Just constantly grinding to the point that she fell asleep, and I had to get on my camera screaming at her to get up, but she was just grinding that entire day. And I remember when the last agent enrollments were going through, like 3 o'clock just hit, right? And then the last 3 went through. and she's just crying. She's like, oh my God, I missed it. I can't believe this. Just by 3 agents right after 3 o'clock. And I said, VG, don't worry. We're going to go call corporate. I'm going to speak to Paramount. They're going to see that it was just a couple minutes right behind 3 o'clock. I know it's not going to update right away, but I know you earned it. You deserved it. And today we do congratulate her as a regional vice president because corporate was able to see that. So big, huge congratulations to her team. You know, I remember and I've seen them put in this hard work. So again, congratulations to you as well, Miss VG Quinones. So Myra, I want to give it back to you real quick. That was my part. And again, congratulations to everyone, Team Relentless, especially the brand new agents.
Wow. Well, listen, I'm like emotional sitting there, seeing all those photos go up. And like you said, too, team, it's just across the board. This time span would not allow to celebrate every single individual with photos, right? But what a blessing is that. I remember when these team trainings and these Zooms, we were like, oh my God, did we almost hit? I think we had 75 last night. Oh, did you see that? I think we had 60. Now, folks, we really peaked at the point of 201, if I'm not mistaken. And again, huge shout out to those that are still connected and plugged in. Can you not feel the sincerity in this though? You know, I don't know if y'all heard when I had said last week too, these leaders do this on a voluntary basis. Xavier's taken away from doing whatever else he could feel like doing right now, just as well as Dr. Bogerty, just as well as David, right? And these trainers, and to follow as well, just to pour into us because they're winning and they want to take us with us, right? So moving to our very final segment of training for tonight, it is so worthwhile to stick through and just be here, be present, okay? Give yourself that gift of knowledge and that gift of, again, tips of the trade, just a game plan, something to know exactly what to do, because most of us come from a work environment. In the corporate world, well, they tell you what to do. In this case, you are your own boss, but this is a reflection on how you're not here by yourself, right? This boss lady, man, I mean, what could I really say about her in addition to top off anything that our senior vice president, Xavier, just said, right? But here's the thing, truthfully, on my account, as a witness from the outside looking in, I got to meet this young lady a few years ago, and she was so much more of a reserved individual. She was very much to herself, more on the quiet side. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that if that's how you are. But today, this lioness has not only killed the game, just by her posture alone and the way she communicates and expresses her passion as to what it is she's done translates into the title that was just celebrated tonight. So again, she is 27 years young, and I've got to witness just phenomenal growth across the board, but you as well get to learn from what she's been able to implement and win at doing. And I consider it an honor and a privilege and a blessing to be able to call her not only a friend, but to have the respect that I have for her, having witnessed her professional career and appreciate her as a mentor and a trainer, as a leader, and as an example on so many accords, as a boss mom, Queen Bee, right? Regional Vice President, Ms. VG Quinones. Can you hear me? She may, I know she's on, I know she's connected. She, you know what, she needs to be assigned as co-host. So I am co-host and I cannot assign her that. I don't believe I can, but if yes, fabulous. Okay.
You guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Congratulations, Queen Bee. I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy. So deserved. Really. Huge salute to you. Congrats. I know you must be doing cartwheels on the inside, but get it, girl.
Yes, you have no clue. I'm super excited. I mean, I cried. You guys have no clue that I found out that I hit my promotion on Millionaire Mindset Training, and I was just bawling in tears. My parents were there, so my parents got to share that moment with me. And definitely, I just want to give a huge shout out to my whole entire team, because a lot of you guys think that this is just about producing a check for yourself, and this is not. Without my team, I would not be where I am. And when I tell people, people say, no, you're a regional. No, I'm not a regional vice president. It's my team that is a regional vice president. We got there together to the top. And of course, definitely want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Xavier Marrero, because I fell asleep like twice. I was so exhausted. That day, I remember putting in like 10 enrollments. Like, I was pushing the team. We were doing a lot of hands-on work sessions. I was exhausted. We have been doing hands-on work sessions every single day, creating duplication and working one-on-one. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys my system. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm doing and how I've been able to create a lot of duplication. When I looked at my top producing charts, I wish I would have screenshotted it. My actual last 10 people all had, like, all of their numbers were double digits. All of their client production numbers were double digits. And that's when I started to understand, man, I'm really creating duplication. And that's what a lot of us need, right? We're all heavy hitters, we're good at it, but can we duplicate what we're doing with others, right? And again, I also want to give a huge shout out to Dr. Arnold Bogerty and of course, Mr. David Marquez. You guys killed that training. And of course, Myra for constantly being here every single week, edifying and hosting our amazing Team Relentless training, guys. So again, thank you guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you guys my Trello. This is something that I've been working on. For a lot of you guys who don't have a Trello board, I believe that, you know, this is something you guys should implement. Try to one and done a lot of your concepts. I absolutely, like, I've still been adding things to my board little by little. I'm going to go primarily over my lead generation, but just kind of wanted to show you guys this so you guys could do this for your own teams yourselves, guys. As you guys see, look, when an agent starts, I have pictures of all of the business applications that they have to download. It's already one and done for me. I have all of the webinars, Power Start Your Day, Join Us for Power of Credit, Path to Financial Freedom. I have, and all of them have the actual descriptions in it. I have Xavier's Team Relentless trainings, Wealthy Women Wednesdays. I have the GoPro presentations. I have our Join Our Millionaire Mindset. So everything, I have like a one and done system. Now, the reason why I do this, even my new client orientations, when you look at this, I have my new client record sheets that are already in here. When you actually click on the new client orientation, my YouTube video is linked in it. So everything is, like I said, it's going to be easy to navigate it and find it, right? Of course, as you guys go through this, you guys are also going to notice that this actual company has, let me see if I can, yeah, there, it's better. This actual company has an app. So it makes it pretty cool to actually navigate through and slide through. You can even like put things and move them. You can create tasks. I mean, it's crazy. I actually got this Trello system from Ajaya Hongo. As you guys see, I even have all of the customer posts here already so that my agents, when they have, like, if they're going to get started, they already know where to go for the actual templates. These are the agent opportunity posts. I have all of my customer scripts already added. The ones that are giving me the golden nuggets, I have them on here. I have my customer scripts. I have my agent scripts. I have my promo scripts. I have my upgrade scripts. I have my realtor scripts with the realtor posts. I have my new agent tab. Everything's in here. I even have motivational content. I even have the first, you know, promotion template uploaded so they know, hey, this is what it is when they start actually promoting literally a one and done system. So what I want to do is I want to go to my lead generation. This is actually my lead generation system here. And this is pretty cool because you can actually create due dates for your team. You can create a checklist. It can alert your team. I mean, you guys really have to try this out. Like, it's an amazing, when Ajaya put us on, I was like, my mind was everywhere. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So guys, my lead generation system, this is all that I do. Because the one thing that I started to see was that as millennials, when we join, and even if you're not a millennial, a lot of us have jobs, right? And when we join, we want to do something that doesn't take or consume more time from us. So what I did was I created a system that could be done in an hour, something that we could do together, hands-on work sessions. And again, hands-on work sessions, guys, if you're not doing them with your team, my team loved it because I would put on music and we would work together. We would post compliant results, post credit tips together, post lifestyle things together, guys. And then we were messaging influencers. We were messaging 15 influencers through their Instagram. We were also emailing them because one of the things that I started noticing as well is that some of you guys, we tell you guys to do things and you're only doing it once. And you think that that one time that you did it, that's going to get you to sales director, and it's not. So I just want to be just very frank with you guys. It's all in the ratios. Do it 10 times, you're going to get one enrollment. You invite 10 people to a webinar, you might get one person. I mean, this is all a numbers thing, guys. It's all about ratios. One of the biggest things that Alfred, I remember why Alfred said this. He was like, the reason why I get more enrollments than you do is because I get more no's than you do. And I was like, man, What does that mean? How is he getting more no's than I am? And it was because he was following up. He was messaging more. He was talking to more people, exposing the business to more people. And this is where the lead generation comes in. Guys, we can give you scripts all day, every day. We can give you the blueprint. Matter of fact, we can knock on your door. But if you're not running through the numbers, this is not going to work. So you have to send messages out to influencers every day. Some people would ask me, VG, how are you getting influencers that have 1 million followers and they're blasting your business? And I said, because I message 15 influencers a day, every day. This is a part of my job. So if you had an actual job yourself, right? You got to clock in, right? You got tasks that you got to do when you clock into McDonald's or Burger King or Publix, right? Like an actual job. This is your job. This is what you should be doing when you clock into your job. So you need to send messages to influencers on Instagram. And typically I would have that here already on the Trello board. You want to go ahead and contact 15 professionals on LinkedIn, post on 10 to 15 Facebook groups, guys. When you guys look at this, I mean, when I tell you guys it's pretty simple, I'm literally, boom, save this post, post it on 10 to 15 Facebook groups. Well, VG, what do I respond? Boom, this is your realtor script. That's what you should be responding, period. Post on 10 to 15 Facebook groups. Well, VG, I'm not a part of enough Facebook groups. Well, you should be adding yourself from requesting 10 to 15 Facebook groups a day. Minimum. Some of you guys are like, well, VG, I mean, I stopped at 2. I stopped at, it's not, you're not going to get the pinnacle. You won't even get to VP. If you cannot do this and it takes only an hour of your day, you won't get to, you need to be realistic. Do you really want that $1,000 check? Do you really want to walk away from your job? Do you really want what you're saying you want, right? That's why you got to run through the numbers. Contact 10 realtors from realtors.com. So simple. VG, but I just can't talk to nobody over the phone. Guys, the realtor script, you use this to email and message realtors on Facebook and Instagram. Same thing. You can call somebody and say the same exact thing. And if oh, okay, well, you know what? I'm actually about to run into a meeting. If you want, let's schedule a time to speak. Schedule that time to speak and get your upline on the call. Stop doing, that's another thing that I see. A lot of new agents are handling their own leads. Stop handling your own leads. Get yourself out the way. I remember when I joined this business, I was like, no, I got this. Ran through 200 leads and I was frustrated wondering, why is it that everybody else is ranking up and I'm not? Because you're not following the blueprint. And just because you know sales doesn't mean you know FBS sales. You need to be a student to everything that you do, right? Like if you join Capital One, they put you through a 6-week intensive training before you start doing calls. Same concept. In this business, it'll make or break whether or not you follow the concept. We give you the trainings. I'm telling you guys, this system works. Random message, 30 to 40 people, random messages, guys. Huge shout out to Malcolm. He actually put me onto this on your Facebook Messenger. You can actually click on the people and it shows you how many people are active. I had my agents messaging 30 to 40 random messages minimum to people who are active. And you know what I had them post? I'm gonna show you guys what I had them post. Because a lot of you guys may offer the opportunity, but why offer the opportunity when they already have 1,000 to 5,000 friends, right? So I had them doing the 100 to 500 contact scripts, which is actually here with my memory joggers. Oh, it's actually here with my memory joggers. Let me see if yep, the script is here. So this exact script, hey, hope all is well. I'm currently partnering up with a company that specializes in helping people restore and rebuild their credit within 60 to 90 days. With your permission, I would like to share a post on your Facebook wall to help people that may need our assistance. Thank you for your support. That's all that we were sending. And people were like, yes, 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 yes. And you know what? I also, and I'm going to add it on here too, but I had a post. I was using Bruno's taprooting system. The same taproot system, I used it for everything. Yo, I don't even know if any of my agents are like, I'm pretty sure a lot of my agents are on here, but they were getting massive leads just doing this. VG, I don't know who can post for me. None of my friends and family can, but guess what? Strangers can support your business too. Scheduling one webinar a day or inviting to one webinar a day. Guys, we have so many webinars going on, but we're not inviting. Inviting is so simple. So literally I had my agents like, hey, you're getting these leads, invite them on a webinar. You're getting these client leads, invite them on a webinar. You're getting these agent leads, invite them on a webinar. Webinar. Stop giving pricing through Messenger. Stop telling people it's $288 through Messenger. Get them on a phone call. Show people value. Don't try to do something for quick money. Provide value. You want that. You want agents that are valuable, that bring value to your team, guys. That is the key. Yo, 3 to 4 shout outs a week. This is everything. I built my business off of social media. Xavier can tell you guys, it is rare that I do phone calls. Rare. I don't do phone calls like that. I do webinars for potential agents. My business is built strictly on social media. Meaning that if I can do this and I was able to get to RVP and I was able to create duplicative numbers, there is no excuse in the book because I'm a mom of 3. I got a 6-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 9-year-old. So there is no excuse in the book. And if you say, oh, well, VG, I'm working jobs, I was working as a title processor Monday through Friday. I was doing nails on weekends, and I was doing this part-time, a few hours a night, still catering to 3 kids as a single mom of 3. And within less than 6 months, I had gotten promoted to ESD. And actually, when Xavier posted the promotion, it showed up on Millionaire Mindset that today, coincidentally, I made a year. Last year on this same day, I hit vice president and level 1. Exactly a year ago. And guess what? I'm a regional vice president now and a level 2 R&R earner. And I'm already more than halfway to hitting level 3. So you just have to create consistency and always be on phase 1 and learn to love your journey. Because some of you guys are complaining about your titles, but your title is not that bad to have. Every title prepares you for the next. You're not going to get a title that you're not ready for, period. Learn to love your journey, and by default, you will get promoted to the next title. I'm telling you guys. That's what Nicola told me, and that's when I actually jumped from ESD and hit VP. Because I'm learning to love and I'm learning to actually love my journey. I'm learning to learn the things that I need to teach others. You got to be a student. Learn to be humble and learn to listen. Don't put no age to this game. Anybody can teach you. I'm telling you guys, as long as you guys are humble, as long as you guys are willing to learn, everybody on this actual webinar, there's 175 people on. There's no reason why 175 of us can't be on stage and all be billionaires, period.
Facts. And listen, VG, pardon me for jumping in real quick, but even in the chat and all, like, the team is on fire with what you're sharing. And I've gotten some requests that you also maybe put it in the band or in the chat, just so that, again, those that are attending, we're taking all this in. I mean, you're killing it. So again, sorry to just like jump on it, but I wanted to make sure I mentioned that, because again, in the chat, it's like everybody's making it very clear. You would drop in dimes like left and right, Jules, left and right. So thank you.
No, of course. No, you're welcome. So guys, do hands-on with your team. Your team wants to see you. Put on some music. Do this lead gen. I'm telling you guys, you know, it was crazy when I started doing these webinars in this exact lead generation system. I would be like, all right, team, I'm going to put some Bruno Mars on. Let's post some compliant results. Who needs some captions? VG, I just got a lead. What do I send? Okay, I got you. This is what you sent. I would drop it in the chat. Hey, VG, you know, this person responded. I got you. So now everybody's like, oh, that's what you sent? Oh, that's what you say? Oh, this is the script you're using? And it's hands-on. People are actually visually able to see it. They're able to do it. They're able to understand it. Guys, I'm telling you guys, I didn't know how these numbers just started skyrocketing. And there's no secret to this. This lead generation system that you guys see, I live by it. Every day I do it. And if I want to hit more numbers, I 10x my numbers. Just 10x your numbers. You want to hit sales director, 10x your numbers. Literally. I even told one of my agents was like, well, VG, how can I hit level 1? I'm going to show you how you can get level 1. Give 5 of your agents, 5 of your hitters Do hands-on work sessions with them every single day. And as long as 5 of your hitters enroll two customers or agents or company, just 2 people a day, 2 people a day, 5 days a week, that's 250 customers in 5 weeks. In 2 months, that's 500 customer enrollments or 500 protection plans in general. I'm pretty sure you guys have at least 5 hitters on your chats that you guys could get on a webinar with Monday through Friday. And if you guys did this lead gen system and enroll 2 people a week, that's 50 customers a week. Two a day, right? Times 5, that's 10. That's 50. Times 5 weeks, that's 250. Times 2 months, that's 500. How many people we got hitting level 1? How many people do we have bringing in Matt? So guys, all about duplication, simplify it. Some of you guys are like, oh my God, I gotta do webinars. I gotta do this. You don't have to do webinars. Webinars come with time. Be a student, stay humble, follow the blueprint. It works. If it didn't work, I would have never gotten 36 customer enrollments. If it didn't work, a lot of my leaders who are killing it, I have agents that I have a huge shout out to Miss Emily Lord, AKA Megan. She actually started the 5-week volume at Field Trainer, and by the end of the volume, not even midweek, she hit sales director. In a month, she hit sales director running. Agents that had just started in the business were following this same system and were striving for 5. So guys, keep it simple, right? Keep it stupid simple. All right. And let's get to work, guys. Let's have fun. Let's make our environments fun. Team Relentless is the best. We got a lot of success stories to make. And guys, remember, there's more than enough room at the top for all of us to be billionaires. Remember that. So if we all work on being one and getting to the top together as a team, Team Relentless alone will set records that no other organization has set. So see you guys at the top.
Wow, again, thank you so much. I know the team made it very clear in the chat. Huge congratulations again, very well deserved, amazing energy and amazing training. So listen, as far as us signing out, we understand this was a little bit longer, but I don't think there would have been any information I would have cut out if I were any attendee, right? So again, salute to you for sticking it out, sticking it through. But for this Saturday, like you've heard repeatedly, staying plugged in, sticking to the training, following the script. This Saturday, FES gets to pretty much create our own record for itself. Our company as a whole has partnered with who's referred to as the godfather of network marketing, right? Eric Worre. And he and Marlene, his wife, they are actually partnering with our company, our top leaders, Nicola Smith-Jackson, Alfred Nixon, Ashton Henry, and it'll even be including boss lady Natalie Rodriguez from our very own Team Relentless, right? Because she earned that as well. But it's going to be a training from 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that you can attend for free from the comfort of your own home. Make sure you're registered. It's fesmastermind.com, if I'm not mistaken, for the website. But really, if you ever log into your office website, like ever, if you're enrolled in an agent, again, it's fesmastermind.com. And what you do is sign up. You do not want to miss out on that. It's phenomenal. And it's the very first that, I've been able to see with this company to be partnered with that caliber of training and really taking this to the professional level. You've heard it from all of our trainers too. They've plugged into that system and everything that Eric Worre brings to the table. So again, do not miss out. Do not miss out on that training, right? So we'll see you online, and Saturday we'll continue to see you through the Zooms. Wednesday nights, we have the new client orientation. We continue having the Path to Financial Freedom, the Wealth Talks hosted by Boss Lady Reza Ortero weekly as well. And again, keep doing what you're doing, winning, and inviting others to come along. God bless everyone. Take care, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Unless there's anything else, any other leader, I don't know, Dr. Bogerty, maybe Xavier. I think we are done for tonight because, again, we did exceed our scheduled time. But God bless everyone. Congrats again, and we will see you on the next Zoom. Take care.
Good night, everybody.